Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. We're having a good weekend. So today we're going to do some PSU and check out the Clementine Easter event, see what this is all about. Hopefully try and get some eggs in this game because Affinia not really paying out. I'm just going to quickly adjust the camera because it has slipped a little bit again, I think. 2 seconds. But that's a bit better. Found a few eggs in PSO, not enough to get excited about though. Yeah, so to do one of the trade-ins, you need 35. And to do gambles, you'll need 10 for the big gambles. That was really my worry, if I could game with others, good to know. Yeah, Jonathan, I think the only issue really is that obviously everyone's going to be split between different difficulties in PSU. I mean, kind of the same as PSO, honestly. But if you're willing to sort of put a bit of work in and get leveled, then you should be able to find people. And Clementine is quite good for sort of getting you towards the higher levels relatively quickly, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Like I said, the population on Clementine is definitely smaller than Affinia for sure, but in my experience, there is still enough people online to be able to play with other people. So I'm going to be honest, I actually don't really know where the event is. I have not looked that much into it. From what I understand, there are eggs hidden around the world somewhere. I know there is YouTube guides, but we'll try and find a few of them at least. It's first floor, okay. The thing is, the second egg won't spawn until you find the first. Oh, so you have to actually find them in order as well. God, they really went with this music, huh? I've got to say, as much as I love the soundtracks in these games, this has always been one of my least favourite tracks in any of the games. I really don't like this BGM. And they continue to use it in PSO2 and NGS as well. Damn, that kind of hit me with a wave of nostalgia there. Just seeing lots of people on the first floor here is kind of crazy. Right, I will invite Drac. As always, if anyone is playing and wants to join, feel free. But yeah, I actually have no idea what the quests or anything are like, so this should be fun. I mean, I guess, do we just start with the event quest, I guess, and just see what it's like? I have no idea what... I'm guessing egg hunt is where when you found the eggs, you go there to tell them that you found them. Egg raffle, I assume you get egg drops to raffle. And then these are the two event quests, I'm guessing. Protectors, whatever that symbol is. Hey, Pika. Yeah, egg. I mean, we're obviously going to do ultimate. Obviously. The egg gambles are nice from what I've seen in the wiki. Wow, imagine having egg gambles that are actually good. Well, I mean, the Affinia ones are good. They just never work. Yeah, I'll start this now. If anyone wants to join, they can. Oh, we've got a bit of PSO Ruins music. Alright, I'll take it. So it seems like a lot of these Protectors missions are ones where you choose one of 3 routes. I don't mind at all which route we try, by the way. More tube is the meta. I mean, go on then. We can do more tube then. We can at least try more tube first anyway, and then we can always do the others as well. I think this song is this song from PSP 2. I had no idea what element the enemies were, so yeah, I thought I recognised this from PSP 2. I can't remember at all where it plays, but hey, 8-bit, good to see you. So it's looking like maybe everything is Earth element. Maybe it changes per route. Yeah, I wanted to do PSU at least once while the Easter event was on, just so I could check it out. And this week on Affinity is Experience Week, so it's a slightly less important week for me to play Affinity. Yeah, let's not run into those. Is it just me, or do these enemies feel very squishy for level 200? I mean, I'm not against it. I mean, they do hurt. Yeah, I don't mind this music. It's certainly not one of my favourite PSP2 songs, but it's been a long time since I've heard this. I will say that's one thing I do like about Clementine, the fact that they tend to use a lot of other Phantasy Star music for the BGM for the events. And just as a reminder, just while we're getting started with this, for anyone who didn't see last stream, we did manage to beat Front Mission 3, so I will be starting a new game on Wednesday. I mean, it's not a new game, it's a really, really old game, but it's new to the channel. So I will be starting Chrono Trigger on Wednesday. I'm actually really looking forward to trying it because I've never played that game at all. So I'm looking forward to seeing why it's so hyped. I love the little backstep that these guys do after they defeat it. It's so dainty for such a big enemy. Honestly, I forgot how much I liked axes in PSU. I haven't used them for so long. They need to bring axes back. Speaking of things to bring them back, actually, they did in the last NGS headline. They sort of made a not very subtle hint that they're meant to be bringing a face back that lets you make characters look like beasts. So if you want to make a beast-like character in NGS, you might be able to soon properly. Honestly, speaking, I think I like most of the Axe PAs. I like Angareda just because of the huge baseball swing at the end. Or golf swing, whatever you want to go with. Yeah, I also want to just touch on the last community post as well quickly. So I mentioned in the community post on YouTube that obviously the video I've been working on has taken a lot longer than normal. Main reason for that is just because the idea I had for the video, I decided to put a lot more into it, and it's taken a lot longer to edit than it normally does. So I'm hoping the final result will be decent, but yeah, it's just taken a lot longer than I planned it to. So apologies for the delay with the YouTube videos. I didn't intend to cut down that much. I did also mention as well, I'm not going to go into the details or anything necessarily, but I have not been 100% for quite a while, so that has had a bit of an impact on the editing as well. So I'm hoping the videos should be done within a week, I'm hoping. Yeah, I really don't like letting the YouTube videos go so long without an upload, but there's that combination of factors with this one that just led to it getting delayed quite a bit. Hunuel with the Heaven Striker is kind of cursed. It is. I actually really don't like Heaven Striker in this game. I don't know why I'm still using it. The range is weird on it. Like, is it you can only shoot it with the Divine Punishment, and it has like a really specific range it hits at. It's just very awkward to use. Yeah, I do also want to quickly stress as well that the reason I stepped back from the podcast is nothing to do with the illness or anything as well. That was a completely separate decision, so nothing to do with it. That was just I wanted to try something new and just felt it was a good time to move away from it. It's actually kind of insane how strong you get in Nano Blast in this. Right, this Nano Blast on the Sega servers was not this strong. Hi Nature Nuclear. Hi there, see the stream and want to join the addiction. It is a bit of a problem once you get into these games. You kind of can't stop playing them. Yeah, if you're new here, I basically play a lot of the Phantasy Star games. If it says Phantasy Star, I'd probably play it. Also other games as well, but yeah, I am probably more known for Phantasy Star. I mean, let's be real, it's mainly PSO. You like the pillars? I like the visual effect. It's a very cool visual effect. Oh, for the path. I actually didn't even notice. I see the pillars are green. I didn't notice that they change colour. Used to play Infinity because I want to play and put most hours on that. Infinity is really, really good. Yeah, I played a lot of Infinity. Like, incredible game. Yeah, this is just PSU. If you don't know, so this is a private server for PSU called Clementine. I don't know if you're already on it or anything, but it's one of, if not the only, PSU private server. Universe has really cool visual animation effects. It's really fluid. Yeah, I think honestly, it's kind of crazy saying this now, but yeah, like PSU does hold up quite well. Yeah, I mean, you can tell it's an old game, obviously, but it does hold up surprisingly well. It's quite a unique looking game, I think, as well. A very, very big departure from the games that came before it as well. And very different to the games that came after. Phantasy Star is my jam too. I've played all of them now except the current incarnation. I don't have many left to play. I think the only ones I haven't played now is like some of the really, really obscure ones. So like Phantasy Star Adventure, Phantasy Star Gaiden. I haven't played those. Or the Text Adventures for 2. There was a couple of like browser games for PSU. I think they were called Eternal Planets and Eternal Hunters. But obviously I never played those because I think they were maybe Japan only. Never played Nova and never played Idola. And I think that's it. Although I feel like I've played Idola with the amount of Idola scratches we've had in NGS. We're currently on about the 3rd one, I think. For a game that you literally can't play anymore. Never played Idola either. I really wish I got a chance to play it, honestly. I know it was a gacha game, but from what I've heard, it had a really decent story. Oh God, I forgot how much these things hurt. The fake Garanzas. It's like, what if we took a Garand but made it more annoying? Also, Egg Rappy. Egg Rappies do exist in PSU. Honestly, I think these are my favourite Egg Rappies as well in the franchise. I really like them. New Genesis doesn't really catch me, more for how limited it feels compared to the old games. They have done work on it recently. One thing I will say, I think I've said this on a few streams now, but the story for me was always the big sort of issue with NGS for the most part. I like how we're getting hundreds of these in PSU. Yeah, the story was always the big issue for me with NGS, but the latest story chapter is super interesting. They're setting up for some very, very interesting stuff for the story. Genuinely didn't know it got a Western release. Talk about poor promotion. Yeah, Adler was released, yeah. It shut down very... Well, I don't think it lasted long. But yeah, I think even the Japanese release, I think, shut down as well. It's just funny to me that NGS keeps getting these, you know, these gacha scratches with Idola stuff for a game that you can't play anymore. It's not as if it's like PSO where there's physical copies or fan servers. Like, no, there is no way of playing Adler. Robots in this game are brutal without anywhere to defend. Yeah, I guess that's one of the only things I'm not a huge fan of with PSU, the fact that there's kind of no way to avoid attacks necessarily. You avoid attacks by, I guess you can just counter, and that kind of amps your attacks, but most of it is just running out the way of an attack and hoping that the latency doesn't hit you. Obviously, they fixed that in PSP 2. Yeah, PSP 2 gave you the dodge roll, it gave you shields you could guard with. You could guard with other weapons as well. Sadly, poor promotion is a theme for PSO games. It is. I think PSO was pretty well promoted, but after that, not so much. Playing co-op or is it an AI partner? It is co-op. I am playing online. Believe me, Drac here is much better than an AI partner. I still don't know if the AI partners even work in this. I've got a feeling they don't. I never seem to use them, so I don't think they work. They still don't work. Also good to see Azale as well. I am not AI, chat. That sounds like something an AI would say. If it was AI, it would be floating in and out of bounds. Yep. Yeah, if you want to see the AI, go and look at my playthrough of PSP 2. The AI in that game is atrocious. Pretty sure that AI partners still don't work. I guess maybe for them it's not a priority because I suppose they think, well, you can have other people to play with. How's the PSU Easter event been? We've literally just started it. This is the first run, so no idea at the minute. Seen plenty of egg rappies. Oh god, this is gonna be super loud, isn't it? Actually, no, I think it's when he dies. Yeah, when he dies, the death cutscene is super loud for no reason. Yeah, I also hate this boss. I'm just going to shoot him in the face. Oh yeah, I forgot he does that. But yeah, good to see you, Tenyo, as well. Yeah, I haven't really played PSU much during this event. I've been mainly on PSO for the most part. And having no luck there either. The thing I really like about this boss is the amount of stun it uses. I like that he flies away just to yeet enemies at you though. I really appreciate that. It does look very funny. I love the way that they stick in the ground. I mean, he is level 250. I feel that should be illegal. You should not be allowed to go higher than 200. He's low. Are you using a monster reader or something? Yeah, you can break his wings, I think, yeah. I'm sure I remember you can do that. Just when he this kind of level, it might be quite hard to. Oh, there we go. Why are you so loud? Why is that specific cutscene so loud? Been grinding out PSO and watching your guides. Good to catch up on the streams. Yeah, I tend to stream usually on Wednesdays and Sundays. The way I've been doing it at the minute is I normally do my Phantasy Star stream on a Sunday, like today. And the Wednesday stream's normally something else. Demonic Patagium, whatever that is. You got an Alt Hippies U+, nice. I got a golden egg. I have no idea if that's good, but I got one. Well, no, Newman is still really versatile and agile PP in PSU. The way Newmans are, so in PSU, I don't know if you know, but in PSU, your PP isn't linked to your character. It's linked to your actual weapons instead. Gold is the medium gamble. They're all interesting. Cool. Sounds good. But yeah, I think Newman, has pretty high evade generally. They are quite weak physically. You can melee with them. You can get it to work, but you will be worse than other races. Because in PSU, your race does actually factor your stats quite a bit. You'd be allowed to if you had a bunch of tiny things attacking you. Yeah, point taken. Yeah, I'm glad you've been liking the PSO guides anyway, Tenya. Oh, Pika's here. Yeah, I mean, I would say you can do pretty much any class with any race. I think the only one that you might struggle with is maybe trying to have a cast use Tex. You can do it. I don't know if I recommend it. Oh, I see a Zale as well. Yeah, I would say basically take whatever race you want to in this and go with whatever class you want to as well. You can make pretty much anything work. Just be aware that if you are using like a suboptimal one, like a Cast Force or a Newman Hunter, you are gonna have to put a bit more work in, but you can do it. I have sent an invite to Zil, by the way, so. Oh, actual Kirik spotted. The actual Kirik. Alright, should we try a different route this time and see what they're like? Just so we can experience all the different routes. It's kind of weird that they have the PSO Ruins music just here, in this one specific part. Mechanics in PSU kind of different from Infinity. You want to try it, but don't have a PS2 or time for fishes. Yeah, I would say it is worth trying. I think that, to me, PSU feels, if you played Infinity, it will feel a bit more basic. Just because, obviously, Infinity is kind of like the culmination of all of the Goral system games. It probably has the most quality of life and everything in it. It has a lot of extra features, extra classes, and so on. But I think it would have a good time on PSU still. The hardest thing, if you're used to playing Infinity, the hardest thing is probably just getting used to not having a dodge roll. You do basically just face tank everything. Also, yeah, this is a map from PSP2 as well. I should stress that on the old Sega servers, a lot of these maps weren't in PSU. This is literally ported from PSP2. Yeah, it's the seabed from PSP2, yeah. Literally the first place you go to. Yeah, I don't know how you'd find Clementine, honestly, because I don't know if you played PSU on the live servers back when it released, but if you did, you will notice it is different from the live servers. But if you never played the live servers, then you'd probably be fine because you won't have much to compare it to. For me, I played a lot of the live servers of PSU, and while it does feel noticeably different in places on here, there's enough of PSU's kind of core DNA to feel similar enough. It does feel like I'm playing PSU, it's just that some things are a bit off. Portable one, you mean? I remember playing it, but not really get the mechanic and stat issues. I mean, if you played on the original Sega servers for PSU. Although I will say that Portable 1 essentially plays like PSU. From what I remember. They changed the formula a lot in PSP2. Portable 1 essentially feels like a portable version of PSU, with its own story. But yeah, I think that's it. If you are familiar with Portable 1, then PSU should feel familiar enough. It's very, very similar. Yeah, you get a lot more enemies in the maps on this compared to PSP2. I'm going to guess a lot of that is probably down to hardware limitations for the PSP. I'm going to assume there was probably only so many enemies they could have on screen at once on the PSP. So on here they can kind of go a bit wild with it, which is why I get so many more enemies. Yes, it does seem like each route, all the enemies are the same elements for that route. So they're all lightning element here. They were all a ground element in the last run. The enemies are just different in PSP too. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's different enemies we're getting here as well, because there will be some enemies in PSP2 that aren't on PSU. They've only really ported the maps over, so... You just play PSP, you don't have state consoles or play the old games. You just see the resemblance. Yeah, like I say, if you play PSP 1, this will be very similar. Essentially, if you've never played PSU, think of PSU as an online multiplayer version of Portable 1. The reality is the other way around, because it's actually the Portable 1 is a single player version of PSU, because PSU was first, but Yeah, if you're more familiar with the PSP games, then just think of this as like an online multiplayer portable one, and that's fairly close to what PSU is. So I'm going to assume that egg wrappies are like a fixed spawn. It's really funny when you play PSU and you get a spawn of like 4 or 5 egg wrappies and several spawns of them. You play PSO and you can't even get one to show up. Well, to be fair, I did get one show up yesterday on PSO. After hunting for weeks. And then it dropped a weapon that I already had. No rare enemy, by the way, yeah. Yeah, I hunted them a lot during Rare Monster Week on PSO and got nothing. Hunted them outside of Rare Monster Week, one showed up. Yeah, fun game. I know it was asked earlier what the population's like in this game. At the moment, there are, let's see, there are 96 people online at the minute. That's probably a bit higher than usual just because there is the Easter event on at the moment, so the population is probably a bit higher than usual. I would say outside of events, you're probably looking at maybe around 60 or so playing. Which for a game like PSU, I think is pretty impressive. Obviously, it's never going to compare to PSO's population. You're always going to have a lot more people playing that. And I would imagine also that, you know, we are still fairly early in the day for America at the minute, so later on it probably goes over 100. There's a lot of grass assassins in this run. Alright, see what boss this one is. Oh, Mother Brain, okay. It's funny, I always forget that Mother Brain's in PSU. I love that I just can't see anything because of all the tech explosions going off. I've also just realised as well that the PSU Mother Brain theme is another remix of the Phantasy Star 2 theme. I don't know why it's taken me that long to realise, but yeah, it is. Yeah, there's a part in the theme that's like a part of the Phantasy Star 2 boss theme. So, you know, Death Place or Place of Death, whatever you want to call it. I think what it is, because obviously I didn't play Phantasy Star 2 until, what? Was it last year? Yeah, last year. Hey, Nimu. Golden egg, nice. Yeah, I didn't play the classic games until quite recently, so... And I haven't done PSU much since doing Phantasy Star 2, so... Now I can put it all together. I'm still waiting for them to remix a theme in NGS. I know we got Luther, but that's just using his PSO2 theme. That's kind of cheating. So I guess we do, what, New Days this time? And after that we can do whatever's the best route, which people seem to say is more tube. Yeah, we're actually getting eggs in this Nemo. Not only are we getting egg drops, but we're seeing egg rappies en masse. It's because you only played the original games fairly recently. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that reminds me, I do need to do the Phantasy Star 2 text adventures at some point. We can try the lobby egg hunt. I can watch the video and give hints. Sounds good. Oh, I get now Diablos from it. Nice. Alright, let's try New Days and see what's here. I'm going to assume ice enemies? Maybe? I feel they use this music every time it's New Days. Okay, no, it's light element. Okay. That's good because everything I've got's dark. Nice. Almost like I planned it. I do really like that the God Hand weapon in this just doesn't show up, so it does just like look like I'm beating him with my bare hands. You get some weird enemy combinations on Clementine as well. They seem to have like different element versions of more or less every enemy. So these guys are never normally light elements. They're nearly always dark. It's kind of weird actually that they chose these guys and not the Tengogs, because Tengogs are basically the same enemy, but they appear on New Days. So it's kind of weird they didn't choose those. Can I just say as well, I still think this Fortnite is one of my favourite in the game. It's not even a special one. I just love the animation for it. Just the fact that the last hit of it is just you landing on the enemy with your ass. It is weird, I will say the enemies do feel very squishy. Even when we were just doing it with two people. Normally ultimate enemies feel a lot stronger than this to me, but I don't know if they rebalanced it recently or anything. Or maybe it's because I've actually got half decent gear. Maybe that helps. Yeah, these quests seem pretty fun so far. It's kind of strange, isn't it, that for PSO, we don't really get maybe many seasonal quests. You might get ones that are, you know, non-combat ones where you have to go and find something. But we don't get quests like this where you have just a lot of enemies to kill. I know, obviously, for the anniversary event we do on Aphaenia, and for Christmas. But Easter, I'm pretty sure, doesn't have its own quest. Apart from the egg shop. Oh yeah, Halloween as well. Yeah, yeah. They obviously have the cookie quests. I still don't like the Halloween event. I think for Aphaenia side, I think I do quite like the Easter event. It would be nice if we had the shop to be able to trade the eggs in. That would be nice, but I don't mind it. It gives you something else to do while you're hunting other stuff. The next one's going to be the interesting one, though. Because, you know, if you do play Aphaenia, the next one is the anniversary event. And we know it's getting changed significantly this year, so be interested to see what happens with it. A 4th of July event with rappies that can use Reno 5s. Freedom rappies. They will nuke forest. I mean, something needs to be done. Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what their plan is to try and fix it. Whether it works. We've tried a few things over the years and I feel like nothing's really ever worked. So I guess I'm just stuck in this guy forever then. Okay. It will still be played the most. It depends how they do it. I don't know why they're even bothering people will still spam forest because the easiest solution. From what I saw, Nemu, weapon. I think they were hinting that the new event might combine areas. And it kind of depends how they do it. You're actually more expectant of other things like inventory space changes. Yeah, I mean, there are still some quality of life improvements that I do want for Aphaenia. And the same for Clementine as well. I think there's always space for improvement. The only way they change anything is by changing the drop tables. To me, it depends on what enemies they put in the event quests. Obviously, if they give us a quest that's got forest in it and it's full of hill delts, then people are going to spam it. Obviously, adjusting the drop tables would change that. Potentially. It might just reroute it to a different area. I suppose the way to stop it would be to have a quest that has not many of each specific enemy, but like a lot of different enemy types. But then if you do that, people are going to complain because then the quest might not be very efficient for farming stuff, so... The most base ult equipment generally comes from forest. Yeah, I'd say so for the most part when you first get there. frozen ship being a prime example. Yeah, I mean, I guess the only way you could change that would be to move frozen ship to a different area. But then, are you screwing over rangers by doing that? I'm not sure. Oh, I got a Kakwan Duke U+. And a twin Kamui U+. Alright, I mean, I'll take that. Can I use that? I can. I don't have any photon arts for it, but... Sky getting all the drops, apparently. I need to see what it looks like, at least. I would say that has some issues. Kamui is not that big. This feels more like I've got an SGS in each hand. Kamui is not this big. I guess that's what happens when you get a weapon in PSU that wasn't in it originally. Now I'm going to say that there should be more spaceship quests that feature Del Sabers for absolutely no reason at all. None. No. I mean, there are quests that feature them, it's just they're a pain. At least they're bigger than PSO. The thing is, Kamui is meant to be like a... more of like a dagger. I know it's literally a dagger in PSU, but... it is a much smaller sword than the other ones. Oops, all Del Sabers. I know there is a couple of quests that have a lot of Del Sabers in Spaceship, but it's just that none of them are that great to run. As you're probably very well aware. Add epsilons and lilies on forests and caves. Yeah, I don't know, it's a tough one. I really don't know how to balance it. I'm very, very interested to see what they decide to do. I just think it's one of those things where it's an inherent problem with the game that's very, very hard to fix. The fact is, forest is a very, very easy area. It has good drops in it. People are going to run it. Oh god, why is it all the enemies with really loud cutscenes? Why, PSU? Why do you feel the need to blow my eardrums out? I apologise to anyone in chat, but this game has some serious volume problems. Where the entire game can be very quiet, and then you'll have one cutscene that's just stupidly loud for no reason whatsoever. I love this strat on Adana. Why? Why so loud? Do we have anything good? The answer to that is absolutely not. Finally got your first egg, nice. Also, they should really bring back whips in Phantasy Star games. I really miss the whip weapons. They were really cool. I know we have wired lances in PSO2 and NGS, but it's not the same. We're gonna egg hunt. Let's do. I think let's do one more. I'll do one more, and then we can do a bit of egg hunting, and then we can always come back to this if we want to. I did the entire mission with the wrong weapon. Nice. Should we go back to doing, what, Motube? Because that seems to be the meta one, apparently. I do like it on Clementine, where when someone gets a banner, every time you load a new area, the banner re-scrolls again, if it hasn't finished going off the screen. So you just see the same banner over and over again. Hi, Yakima, good to see you. Yeah, doing pretty well. I'm just doing some of Clementine's Easter event. Trying to find some eggs because we can't find them anywhere else. So there you go, it's scrolling again. Such a good game. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with PSU. I mean, I always do. I've always liked the game, really. Again, it's never been my main Phantasy Star, but I've always enjoyed it. You know, realistically, I spent a lot of years playing this game. So, I'll always have good memories of it, for sure. No PSO, but I really like it. I think for me, it's different enough from PSO to feel like it's worth playing. You know, they obviously wanted to change things up with PSU, which is fine. It is funny looking back at PSU, honestly, because looking at it now, it was quite an ambitious game, honestly. They tried a lot of new stuff. I know not all of it worked, but, you know, they weren't afraid to experiment and try new things out. Which went against them at the time, because everyone just wanted PSO. It sounds really stupid now because, like, looking back at it now, like, Sega were offering you this new game with all these new systems and everything. And the fan reaction for the most part was, yeah, but I just want to play the same game as I've been playing for the last few years. Why would I want something new? I want the same as I've been playing for years. Which just makes no sense. I think maybe part of it was because people were upset that PSU was kind of replacing PSO. You know, I guess if you had a lot of fun with PSO, you were going to be a bit sad that eventually the servers were going to go down for it. Maybe that's why. RTX PSO. So if this is RTX PSO, then what does that make PSO2 and NGS? There's a DLSS 5 joke in there somewhere. Yeah, it's just weird thinking back to it. That people were actively against the game that was offering them lots of new stuff. I'm trying to think of like a modern example that's similar. Where people don't like a new game because it tries new things. There's probably loads. I would have said Monster Hunter Wilds, but I think the reason people didn't like that wasn't because of the things they tried with it. It was more just because the issues with the game. which I know they're fixed now, but yeah. I think that was like the main turn off for a lot of people with it. There's probably loads of other games though where like the new version's been slated for being different because people just wanted to play the original game more. If there's one thing that's for certain though with Phantasy Star fans, it's we will always have a large vocal minority that will always rip into the new game. Regardless of what the game is, they will always rip into the new game and say it's terrible. And then the next game will come out and then all of a sudden the previous one is fine. I can't wait for the NGS Redemption arc when PSO 3 comes out. Always the worst game, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been a thing since the start, really, you know. It goes back pretty much to the start of the franchise, so it's never going to change. And it probably happens in loads of other franchises as well. It's just unfortunate, I think, that a lot of people base their opinions around what the vocal minority say. You had like 1/3 of your old PSO team try PSU and they quit on the first day. Oh yeah, I'd agree, missed. I mean, I know there are people who just like glaze games as well and will just say nothing bad about them. So it does kind of go both ways, I get that. Loads of games have been bombing because they do listen to what some people want, and that's like 5 people. I think for me, that's why things like doing surveys of your player base is really important. I know some people will literally just fill surveys in to get rewards if there's any rewards for them, but they're really, really useful too for just gauging how your player base is feeling. I mean, Sega do that with NGS. They occasionally do surveys, but they are few and far between. And annoyingly, they just did one, and it was before the last update, so it was before the new story and everything got added. They literally sent a survey around asking how you found NGS at a time when we were starving for content. Then released a massive content update immediately after it. I would have maybe waited until the new update came out and then done the survey. Like PSU and the ideas it was presenting to the franchise just couldn't maximize the experience because I was in a place that didn't have internet at the time. That is totally fair. Yeah, I will say the way that PSU did the offline was kind of indefensible. For those who weren't around at the time or never played offline, so PSU base game had like 2 offline modes. There was the story mode where you play as Ethan, and then there was a thing called extra mode where you made your own character. But it was essentially like a very, very cut down, limited version of the online. There was very, very few missions in it. There was very few items you could get. It was very, very, very bare bones. And that was like the entire experience that you got offline. It was almost as if the extra mode was essentially like to me, it felt like a demo. Saying like, this is kind of what online's like. You know, it'll be kind of like this if you play online. That's what it felt like to me, at least. Universal egg. It is. We are looking for more eggs. Do you think it's a good idea that Sonic Team takes care of the next game? I've had a few people mention this. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind how NGS is at the moment. I think it's definitely turned a corner since release. I think it's in a much better place now. It's actually a decent game now. I actually enjoy playing it. Would I want... I mean, it's not technically Sonic Team now. It's a separate team now. It's the Phantasy Star Crew, they're called, or Phantasy Star. Yeah, Phantasy Star Crew, I think they're called. I think it's one of the teams at Sega, but I don't think it's the same team that was Sonic Team when PSO launched. There's been like some restructuring and stuff since then, so it's a bit different to how it used to be. As for whether I want them to work on the next game, I mean, obviously Sega have to work on it. It's Phantasy Star. You can't have Phantasy Star without Sega working on it. But they do now have Atlas at their disposal as well. Now, I'm not saying that Atlas would make an amazing Phantasy Star. I genuinely don't know if they would. They have obviously very, very good form with RPGs. Whether that would translate to a good Phantasy Star, I don't know. So, hi, Lonely Harmonia. Well, I pretty much walked into that one. Can you just stop being this loud? Clementine, and what I'm going to need is an option to turn the volume down on cutscenes specifically. Thank you very much. Oh, Easter egg. Easter egg. And nothing else of consequence. Well, some PDs. I hate this boss in the PSP games. I hate this boss regardless of where I fight it. It's an awful boss. You could see Atlas making a non-online game. I think I'd be okay with that. I like the axe that Pico was using there. You can blatantly tell it's taken from the PSP games. It's so low res. Okay, I guess I can do some egg hunting. Axe is one of the most rare weapons in PS2 Infinity. Yeah, it drops. It's like the big boss guys in the first area, isn't it? That drop it, I think. We can remake party. Yeah, no worries. I will leave. So what we're going to do now is try and find. Apparently, there are eggs hidden in some of the lobbies around the different maps. You need to fix something. I know, Royce Baker. Yeah, so there are apparently some eggs that are hidden around the maps. I'm going to go to first location. Let me know if you need a hint. I mean, where would they hide an egg? The thing is, it could be literally any lobby. It's not just Guardian's Colony, it's literally anywhere. I'm going to guess that the first one is in Colony, though. That feels like something they would do. I'm probably way off. Game information combat. I've never seen these. I did not know they were there. Right, where's my first egg? Also, is Ethan still hiding in this lobby? Or have they moved him? Oh, have they moved Ethan? Or is he... They used to have Ethan, like, hidden up there. I think they moved him. Damn. Okay, so Egg is clearly not here. I have a feeling they've hidden at least one on the Guardian's colony, though. That feels like a place they would hide the first one. You know, to get you started. Also, Drac, how many are there in total? There's at least one in each area. By area, do you mean like planets and colony? Okay. One egg, where are you? There's 6 in total, okay. I need to find the colony one at least. Okay, I think I am reasonably happy that it's not on this floor. Maybe. It wouldn't be behind the desk, would it? No. Okay, I'm reasonably happy it's not on this floor. I mean, I could cheat and just say, yeah, there's the eggs. You can give hints. Just let me have a wander around here. Okay, they never really use the club for much. Zale has just run out of there, though, so I'm guessing it's not in here, but I'm going in anyway. They never really use this area much. Oh, come on, this would be a perfect place to hide one. Also, have Mercy Crush 40. No DMC here, please. Don't forget you can only see the first egg. Oh, don't tell me like the last one is on colony or something. I'll check a couple more areas and then I'll ask for a hint. They do seem well hidden. Okay, I don't think it's on this floor. I mean, it could be in those. Maybe. Come on, where is it? It's gonna be hidden in some like really obnoxious place, isn't it? Did the eggs all move? I think the egg baskets all move, yeah. It looks like it. Okay, do you know what? I'll take a hint. Some section IDs have all the luck. Blue Gator dropping Heaven Striker Court, and then there's green dropping Magua, Garden Equipment. Yeah, not all charts were created equally. It's on a lobby, as in not a city on the planet Param, okay. This is where I really hope I have some of the lobbies. Why would you start on Param? You obviously put the first one on the Guardian's Colony. Okay, so it's on a lobby, not a city, so it's not going to be here. I mean, I do like the idea of doing an Easter egg hunt. Okay. Are any of those speaking to me? This is literally the first place you get to normally after your first mission, so it feels like a place they might hide one. Which of course means they won't have hidden it here. Oh, Drax here. Whether that means I'm right or not, I don't know. Let's make sure they haven't hidden it around the outside. Because I don't know how sneaky they are with these. Okay, I can't go behind there. Just out of curiosity, Drac, can you actually see the eggs, or do you just have to like, interact with something? Is there like a visual indicator for them? You can see, okay. But it's not in plain sight, this one. I will say it is very well hidden. It's near you, okay. That's why I'm giving hints. Okay. Wait. I've got a talk symbol here. Red egg found. I didn't see an egg, but I got a talk symbol pop up, so I have found a red egg. As one egg get. Yeah, it looks like it was hidden in the grass here. I didn't actually see it. I I only noticed because I got a pop-up on the... It was like underneath where my camera is for you. But I got a pop-up that said talk. You saw a bit of red, okay. Did see something on the ground, okay. So I was just blind. I just found it by dumb luck. Next one is in the same planet in the city, okay. I mean, if I didn't see that and you guys did, that worries me. I just feel like they're going to hide it in a really obnoxious place. Let's check the East District, see if there's anything there. Zero has found moose nip. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, if anyone in chat sees these eggs as well, let me know. It's a TSCM has a set bonus, okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that. You got a U plus TSSM right as well. Yeah, I got, what was it? I got Kakwan Duke. With 3% ground. Love it. Also, why have I never noticed this guy? Wait, you're a shop. I had no idea you were here. I'm trying to see where the eggs are. I'm not having much luck at the minute. I have to say, I don't like the grind in this game. It is quite a lot, particularly high level. I have not had any ultimate eggs now. So it's not there. Where are you hiding these eggs, Clem? I wonder if someone would ever make a version of this as close to PSO's formula, but with a lot of the added benefits that PSU has. I'm not sure, honestly. Okay, I don't think it's in here. Oh, the grinding the weapons are... Yeah, the grinding in PSU is awful, yeah. as much as I adore PSO, I hate dealing with the targeting in that game. It takes getting used to. I think because I played it so much when it released, I'm kind of used to it. But yeah, if you didn't play it back then, it is rough to get used to. Man, these eggs are really well hidden. I thought they were going to be quite obvious, but they are very much not. Yeah, the mech gun animation in PSO is a source of contention for a lot of people. The fact that you basically just stop moving for what feels like 10 years after you've shot. The problem is these maps are so big that you could hide these anywhere. The GameCube won't read discs anymore. I guess I have to swap to Blue Burst. If it's any consolation, Jealous, Blue Burst is really, really good. I would also say if your GameCube doesn't read discs anymore, generally GameCubes aren't too expensive to buy. They're actually usually fairly cheap to get hold of. But you can also get a thing called a flippy drive that lets you basically boot without the disk drive. Obviously the way you do that is for you to find out, but there's other benefits to having a flippy drive as well, though. Man, I was convinced it was going to be here, the egg, but unless it's hidden in here, maybe. Yeah, I feel like in this city, there's not. It feels like there's not that many places to hide something. Is that a quest counter? I can't remember. Yes, it is. Okay, so it won't be there. There's those grasses there, but you can't get to those because you'll go into the shop. Unless they put them in one of the shops, maybe. It feels like something they could do. Like have them behind a counter or something. I am noticing that when I go into like a shop or something, Drax's colour on the party is lighting up as if I'm in the same area, so I think it is in one of the shops. PSO is the game standard I hold every RPG to. You're quite right to do that. Okay, let's check here. I was hoping I got it there because I got a talk symbol pop up, but no, it's just that NPC has a massive detection radius for some reason. I'm thinking people are lying to me. I don't think these eggs actually exist. Unless it's in here. Again, if anyone in chat sees it, let me know. Sorry, I took your egg a couple of minutes ago. Damn. Man, these are really well hidden. I'm not seeing these at all. Maybe I am blind. Yeah, they should be somewhere accessible, but what I was thinking is that maybe they're in an area where you can target it, but you can't actually get to it. You haven't checked the one shop, so in that case it must be GRM shop, I'm guessing. I mean, are you surprised that I didn't check the one shop? Right, where you at, egg? Blue egg, you see one? I'm looking. I'm looking. Or is it the table? Yeah, we keep looking. I see you dancing, Drac. Aha. I mean, you basically led me to it there, but... Egg. I'm experiencing egg-shaped hallucinations. It feels like it. Yeah, blue egg found, so you weren't wrong. It was blue. You must have foresaw that one. You kind of want to get into this. PSU is really fun, Nemo, if you haven't... I don't know if you played it back when it was live service, but it's a fun game. What do the eggs do? Apparently, if you collect all of them, you get a rare drop bonus. Next is a lobby in Colony. Okay. You played it entirely offline. Okay. Yeah, online honestly felt like a different game. I wonder if PSU was a victim of the... What was that? Of the Xbox graphics spaghetti. It was weird PSU because it released on like a couple of generations of consoles, so you had it on PS2 and Xbox 360. Okay, so it's a lobby somewhere on Colony. I could see them hiding one in Phasma Memoria. Yeah, I'll check Phasma Memoria first. Ding, ding, ding. Right, where you at, egg? Yeah, oh yeah, and the entire lobby is grass, so this is going to be fun to find. It could be near the memorial, but honestly, it feels too obvious for me. Do you want to give me an egg, or are you just going to insult me again? No, you're just going to insult me again. Yeah, see, I could get an egg. Well, I can't help noticing that the memorial is glowing. I don't know if that's actually part of the egg thing, though. We'll come to that. Oh, egg. I see it. Egg. Green egg found. Of course it was on Falls. It's a more tube lobby next, okay. Where's the most eggy place here? I kind of feel the casino, maybe. Oh, the casino music is such a jam. Gamba, I mean, you can check if I'm in the lobby. You are not in the lobby, so I'm going to assume it's not here. For real, we might come back here at the end of the stream and do some Gamba. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it is not here then. Where else would they hide it? Oh, it is here. Check the shrubs. Oh, come on. I mean... egg. I will say that's not where I thought it'd be. There's the yellow egg. I thought what they would do is either hide it in these down here, hide it underwater, or there is a... If you haven't played PSU before, there is a hidden dressing room here. You can change your clothes here. I thought they might have hidden it near here. There is a few lobbies like that in PSU as well. What's that? I don't have the next lobby. It's West Kugu base first option. Let's have a look. Is it West Kugu Desert Field base? No unauthorized access permitted. Damn. So, does that mean we have to do a quest to get there then? It does appear it might be time to walk. Can anyone remember what quest we did to get there? System defense, flybase and more tube, fair enough. Oh yeah, we'll just do it on a low difficulty to blaze through it, yeah. It's relevant right now for bad port because Pokemon Showdown was made by the same awful team that ported Diamond and Pearl, and it shows. Hello there. You love Dagora City. I really like it, yeah. I like most of the cities in PSU, honestly. Okay, system defense. C rank. Let's go. I know this is very, very engaging gameplay. Oh, Peak is back. I don't know, Pika, if you'll have the egg where we're going to, but because I think Draxager might have to do them in order. Well, at least you'll have the lobby for it anyway. Have to do it in order, but you can go back on the stream to see, yeah. You remember this mission on PSP? Yeah, PSP had a lot of the quests, honestly. Yeah, PSP is a pretty good game. I just feel that, I think because I played PSU first, it did just feel like a, you know, a version of PSU with some stuff stripped out of it, which is kind of what it was. Oh, someone got an ultimate egg. Man, you get a banner for an ultimate egg. Damn. The fact that there was a PSP, PSU style game is so weird to me. Hope the stream's been good. I miss PSU. Yeah, I also miss it. But, you know, having Clementine does mean at least I can still play it. I'm very glad this server exists. Same for all the private servers as well, for PSO and everything as well. Why am I even opening those? It's C rank. If you just joined, the reason we're doing this in C rank is because at the minute we are doing an Easter egg hunt. So there are Easter eggs hidden in some of the lobbies in the game. And if you find them all, you get a rare drop bonus. But we are missing one of the lobbies, so we're having to do this quest to get to the lobby. There's daily box breaking quests, so it is worth breaking them. Okay. Play more on Clementine, but it's just not as enjoyable without the story. Yeah, I get that. Haven't gotten Clementine to work properly, unfortunately. Gonna keep trying though. Yeah, it's a really weird thing, Clementine's. Like, some people it works no problem at all for. Like, I've never really had any issues with it personally. But I know there's been quite a few people in the chat that have mentioned that they just really struggle to get it working. And I don't know why. I think it just seems like it's very sensitive to different types of PC builds for some reason. Some people just have a nightmare trying to get it to work. Your triggers are not working. The mine seem to work okay on this for some reason. I have more trouble with triggers in PSO, although they're working okay at the minute. It's kind of what I figured out. I figure I'll figure it out when I get a bit proper attention. Thank you for the 25 mission points. I appreciate it. Okay, egg hunting. Apparently it's here somewhere. This is a really small lobby, so I can't imagine it being too hard to find. This is where it ends up being the hardest egg to find possible. Okay, can't run through there. Wait, how'd you even get over there? I think Drax managed to wall hack his way through. There's probably a really obvious way to get through. Oh, yeah, the minutes that you can walk through. Hidden walls in PSU, what is this? I'm guessing that guy can't get through because maybe he hasn't collected the others. Alright, where's Egg? Alright, well, I mean, it's not particularly hidden. I guess the thing is you have to know there's a hidden wall. Egg. Pink egg found. That is evil. Yeah, they made it so you have to do it in order. And the eggs don't spawn until you've got the previous one. Yeah, because normally you couldn't get here. I'm pretty sure this is a part of the map you can't get to normally. Maybe I'm wrong. I like how they don't give you a way back out. You have to go all the way back around. Final one is in a New Days lobby and it's also sneaky. Okay. Oh, you can walk through that way as well. New Days is full of grass. Yeah, it can be in any of the lobbies as well, or in the city. Okay, we go New Days. Oh, is that your character still? Notice on the last egg since you were blocked off. Yeah, I figured when I saw he's like running and not getting through the wall, I thought, I wonder if it's blocked off until you get the previous egg. Okay, so what did Drax say? He said it's a New Days lobby and it's also sneaky. So it's in a lobby, so we need to fly there. Alright, well, where's an eggy lobby? Imagine if you had to look through every city. I'm gonna guess Hot Spring. Yeah, Hot Springs feels like a lobby. Try and find me, okay. So it's now not just an egg hunt, it's a Drac hunt. See, I know this lobby is really sneaky. There's no way I could ever figure this one out. I mean, I know there's a hidden dressing room here. Around here somewhere. Yeah. I know if you go here, there's a hidden dressing room. But where would the egg be? Drac is definitely in this lobby somewhere. He's showing up in green. I like the fit. I'll hint using speech bubbles. Okay, so you're over this way. Wait, you're never through the door. Wait, what? How? Okay, I'm very confused. How would you do that? It's a ninja technique. There's got to be like a hidden... What was that? You just have to hug the wall on the right, maybe left works. Really? Okay, fair play on that one. I would have never got that. Final egg found. I wonder how they did that. It is very funny now seeing people try to get down here and going into the quest counter. It is egg shenanigans, it is. Yeah, so if you do need this egg, yeah, just when you open the door, just hug the right wall as much as you can. Now we can do the egg gambit and the hunt turn-in. That sounds good. So just back to colony, I guess. It is very evil. I hope we can get out. I mean, I would have hoped they would have thought of that. What happens if I just walk out? Do I go at the quest counter automatically? Oh. You get really confused. Your character doesn't know where to go. That's really funny. Character's just like, I'm not meant to be here. We're good. So, back to colony. I don't know if we can gambit as a party and the hunt thing. Yeah, I have a look. I would assume it's probably a solo thing. Alright, so I guess I'll turn the egg hunt in first. Redeem your reward for finding all eggs. Of course it's from a rappy. Why is that rappy like breathing very heavily? That's slightly unnerving. Welcome to the Egg Hunt Redeem counter. And RDR 30% for 1 hour. Nice. Hi, Adrian. Rappy's gonna hunt me in my dreams now. Okay, egg raffle. I mean, I've got Easter eggs and I've got golden eggs. I don't know how many you need to gamble. Is it going to be the Rappy again? No. I mean, maybe it's disconcerting. Trade 5 Easter eggs for random item. I probably don't have 5. Damn. I don't think I have 5 eggs. Not the same type anyway. I have 2 Easter eggs and 3 golden eggs. The wiki didn't mention it was 5. The wiki lied. I really need to deposit some things because I have far too much stuff with me. I love that if you try to redeem the hunt again, it just says go away and kicks you out. Just deposit a few things, then we can we'll go about another hour or so, so I guess we can do a couple of runs. You have 2 Easter and 4 golden. Yeah, for some reason I have more golden eggs. I have 1 egg short. Oh, unlucky. This guy looks like 0. I like how there was a guy there and his title thing was from Hero 2. And then he was called 0, and he looked like Ethan. Golden gives U+ weapons, Easter eggs gives boosters. Okay. I'm going to assume ultimate eggs give, like, ridiculous weapons. I'd imagine they probably do it because if they're a banner drop. Forgot to ask, but are A rank weapons useful? I think if they're a U+ weapon, maybe they'd be decently strong when they're grounded. I would assume. A rank U+ weapons are nice to have. Oh, cool. The new U+ ones are good. I love the drill knuckles. Right, I really don't mind which route we do. If anyone has a favourite route, feel free to pick it. Oh, someone else found an ultimate egg. Yeah, I guess the A rank ones are probably good for classes that can only use up to A rank of a certain weapon type. I never thought that, actually. So for example, I suppose that Twin Camu is a good example. That's an A rank. For a fight, you can only use up to A rank daggers, so it's probably decent on them. Elect Distortion U+. I have no idea what that is, actually. It's a saber, okay. Oh, nice. Oh, someone leveled. Which is saying a lot at this point. Oh, congrats. I know it takes a long time now. Having said that, I'm actually getting close to leveling. I only need another 7.7 million. That's insane, really. When you look at my experience bar, I know you can barely see it because of the UI, but trust me. My experience bar is almost full, and I still need 7 million. I guess the enemies do give a lot more experience in PSU, though, so it kind of balances out a bit. Wasn't it Scythe only on PSP too? Yes. So on Clementine, they've added a lot of the weapons and everything from PSP 2. I mean, this map was PSP 2 as well. So yeah, they've basically ported in a lot of the weapons and maps from PSP 2 into PSU. Yeah, this is the Ilgil Testament Scythe, so it's the Ilgil Scythe. Even PSU got caught up in inflation. Yeah, again, I was saying earlier that Clementine is... It's not a server that mimics the official Sega servers, really. It kind of does what it wants, so there are things on here that were not on the Sega servers. You know, this map was only a PSP2 map. Is the Yonohate sword in too? I'm not sure. I would guess it's probably got a decent chance of being in. Yeah, I saw that track actually. Yeah, they are planning on adding like a more vanilla ship. I don't know how I feel about it because although I like the idea of having like a vanilla PSU ship, it's more like the Sega servers. I don't know if Clementine has enough player base to justify it. There's also some things about PSU-based game that I don't want back. Or even Ambition in the Illuminous that I don't want back that Clementine fixed, so... I don't know. It's an interesting thing that they're doing. Depends on how much people want it still, yeah. PSO has a much bigger player base overall. You know, there's multiple private servers, so I think you can get away with a lot more variety in how your server runs. Whether it's more like the official servers or going a bit crazy. PSU. Pretty much all the PSU players now are on Clementine. I would imagine that the new server will probably have an impact on Clementine's player base when it first launches. And then maybe a little bit later, people will kind of decide what server they actually want to play on. I'll probably try the new server when it releases, but I think I'll probably stick on Clementine for the most part. Unless everyone abandons Clementine and goes to the new server. But yeah, regarding Yonohate, I'm not 100% sure if it's in PSU. It wouldn't surprise me if they did port it over though. I think it is not 100% though, okay. Honestly, I would prefer Clem be abandoned until I catch up. I think Clem's in a position where it can kind of sustain itself now. It's got a fairly solid player base. Even outside of events, there's still people logging on and playing it. I think they could realistically focus their efforts on the new server. Because I think a lot of the people who are playing Clementine now are just playing it because they're happy just playing PSU. Talked about the sword because I got it in PSP 2 Infinity, but I discovered it was a weapon from PS Zero and was surprised. Yeah, it's in Zero. I think Zero might have been the first game it was in originally. It's also in PSO 2 as well. Haven't found Psycho Wand in that sword yet. Yeah, I'm not surprised with the rates. Also, play PS Zero if you haven't. It's a cool game. Yeah, I said it at the start, but I really like the design of the egg rappies in PSU. They're really cute. They're kind of weird in PSO. In PSO, they just look like an egg, but with their feet sticking out. Maybe the wings are sticking out as well. I can't remember. Someone just remade PS Zero, by the way. Yeah, I've seen that. So the guy who's doing it, he's been posted on my Discord with his like updates on it. It's really interesting actually to see what he's managed to do with it. Oops. Cake has found Ultimate Egg, the perfect partnership there. They did translation for PSO2 Tweaker in episode 1. Oh, cool. They're the same person porting Zero to Godot. Okay. Also plan to remake it. I guess he did it before me. The fact that there is more than one person in the world who wants to remake Phantasy Star Zero makes me very happy. More content. A very nice character, thank you very much. Yeah, she is currently rocking the Hunuel outfit from PSO. Because even in this game, I will still be a Hunuel. I'll find a way to make it happen. Their directions went more like remaking the entire assets based on the art book. Okay. So you would look at doing, like, essentially a full remake. I'm nano blasting Hunuel, I am. Although, admittedly, I do forget to nano blast all the time. Now, best of luck with it though, Shiro. I'm interested to see how you get on with it. I'd already forgotten what the boss was in this quest. Yeah, listen to the boss theme though. It is a remix of the Phantasy Star 2 theme. If you get to hear any of it. Never mind. System down. That's sadder than Voloped even. It depends on what she does. She does have a shield that she does sometimes that kind of prevents you from hurting her at all. But she just didn't use it there, which was a poor play on her part, to be fair. Golden egg, nice. Actually, I think I got a golden one as well. Do I have 5 yet? I must have deposited the other ones. System of a Down, maybe it is. About Mother Brain, did you know that the Mother Brain name is also the name of the Metroid final boss? Yeah, it's kind of weird that there are multiple games that have a Mother Brain boss. I plan to showcase the prototype end of this year, hope to figure out the workflow. It's been a struggle dealing with drives being full. Yeah, let me know when it's ready, I'm happy to have a look at it. Alright, let's do another one. Yeah, I think the issue, Natural Nuclear, is just once you get to higher level in this, when there's a lot of you at high level, you become really, really strong. And a single boss with multiple attackable parts can't really keep up with you. Yeah, she uses like the big mechanical arms to like push you back. I'm happy doing any route, by the way. I like Distortion U+. I mean, I'll have a look at it and see what it looks like. You can have. Thank you very much. I do want to see what it looks like. So what we're saying is it's basically Crazy Tune. Does it make a guitar noise? No, I'm kind of devastated it doesn't make a guitar noise. But you know what? We'll work with it. It's like a miniaturized Crazy Tune. Yeah, they did miss a trick not having it make like a guitar noise when you swing it. Also, you can't see the front of the guitar most of the time because of the way you hold it. It's there. I mean, that does make a lot of sense why it's called Elect Distortion. I find it funny that they change a lot of the elements on the enemies, like I mentioned earlier, but they keep the same moveset on a lot of them. Sometimes they change a little bit, but this guy still does make it despite being a light enemy. That feels illegal. Especially considering that you're probably wearing light armor. So you take way more damage from the Megid. Yeah, Adrian, so one of the things they do on Clementine is they have multiple different elemental versions of a lot of the different enemies. It's kind of similar to how, so on PSU, there were certain events where enemies would change. So the Gormons, the sort of the humanoid ones, they did have light element versions in PSU. I think by default they're ice. There was a light element version, and there was also a fire element one for some of the events. But Clementine does it a lot, where you have different elemental versions of different enemies. That said, it is quite weird that we have light element Jusnaguns, because they are usually dark. Yeah, so these guys, the light element ones of those, they were in PSU, or at least in the expansion. Light Jusnagun can use dark attacks, it makes no sense. It doesn't. It makes them more awkward to deal with, like I said, because you're probably going to be using light element against them. And because of how elements work in PSU, if you're using light element armor, yeah, if you're using light element armor, then you're probably going to be taking a lot more damage from the Megid. It is strange because, like, the Gormons, for example, they do fire light. So it does change for them, it changes their barter to a light attack instead. But for some reason they just never changed it for the Jusnaguns. Maybe it is to try and catch you out. That laser cannon is absolutely huge. But yeah, it's like I said, you know, Clementine does not stick very, very closely to the official servers. It does kind of vary a bit. That gives me the will to reinstall PSU. Nice. Well, I got a cluster sword rifle U+. I do have a ranger, but she's very low level. I should probably level her at some point. Yeah, again, to anyone watching who's never tried PSU, I would definitely consider it if you like some of the other Phantasy Star games, the online ones at least. Yeah, PSU is pretty fun. I will always say this, it is like a halfway house between PSO and PSO2, so if you're a PSO2 player and never tried PSU, consider giving it a shot so you can see where some of the stuff came from for PSO2. And if you're a PSO player who's never played PSU, and consider checking it out to see what they changed from PSO. There were definitely things with PSU that were an improvement of PSO for sure, but there were certainly things that were a step back. I suppose the advantage of this server is it is kind of based on the expansion, which did fix a lot of the big problems with the base game. It is like I was saying earlier. I know PSU is kind of a game that it wasn't afraid to experiment. You know, you've got to remember this was like pretty much the first game that had photon arts in it. It was the first game to have like significant racial abilities. It was kind of the first game to have any kind of like fashion side to it, I guess, as well. I know you could change outfits in PSO, but it was like very, very rudimentary. PSU gave you a lot more freedom with how your character looked. I'd say it was probably the first Phantasy Star game where you could actually make your character look as you wanted, for the most part. Obviously PSO 2 and NGS went on to expand that to a ridiculous degree. But I feel like PSU is where that kind of started. Which I know a lot of people don't care for like the fashion side, but there are a lot of players who do play the later games for that, so... I will say, stuff doesn't normally die this fast, it's just because when you have 6 people, all high level, stuff kind of evaporates for the most part. Which is like pretty much every other Phantasy Star game, so nothing new there. Try solo and get obliterated. Yeah, Ultimate is rough solo. Again, why so loud? Stop turning around so I can get stuck. There is like a legit strat on this guy, but he's just not letting me do it. There we go. Yeah, if you kind of go here on this guy, you can kind of get stuck between these two fins, and then, providing you lock on, if he starts just turning around, you'll just continually get stuck to him. I like how Nano blasted and then did one attack and he dies. I should have probably Nano blasted a lot earlier than that, to be fair. Any eggs? Golden egg. Alright, so we've done a fair few runs of that. Does anyone fancy going to the casino and doing a bit of gamba? You're gonna gamba golden eggs? Yeah, actually, I think I have 5 now, so... Did I put them in here? I did. Okay, so I'm gonna leave party. So let's gamba these first. It's all gamba now. We're gambling golden eggs, we're gambling... casino. Egg raffle. Golden egg. Please tell me I've got 5. You got a Master Raven U+, nice. I got Karakasa Jacomi Gun U+. That is the umbrella one, isn't it? You got a Crimson U+, nice. I'm pretty sure that Karakasa Jacomi is an umbrella. It's the Gunblade umbrella from PS0. Master Raven is a machine gun. Okay. Do you know what? I guess that makes sense, because I suppose if it was a twin handgun, it would be dual bird. Unless they did like a twin Master Raven. Because the Karakasa Jacomi is a crossbow. It only has 100 attack. But it seems to have 1600 PP. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, this should give you an idea though if you are considering playing. So this is during an event, and you see there is a decent amount of people on. Grab your daily casino coins. You get them just from the counter in the casino, isn't it? The milestone boosts are going to be great after the event's over. Amazing for new characters. Yeah, so I guess if you do want to start playing PSU, that would be a good time. So they normally do like an event after the event where you get milestone boosts. So normally things like experience boosts and so on. The boosts also increase daily casino coins. Let's go. Alright, casino time. For Twitch and YouTube's sake, I would like to say that this is fictional gambling that does not involve any real money. It is a game from 2006. For real, I do really like the casino in PSU. Actually, do I prefer this to the one in PSO2? I'm not sure. You're gonna make dinner then keep watching the background, no worries. So let's go get my daily Gamba coins. And then let's lose them all in the casino. Yeah, give me all my money. And give me the daily ones. You can hang out in the room if you get bored. Or Sky can visit some random ones like it's NGS. Okay, so let's see. What's it been landing on? Mini black. The only thing about this casino roulette, and I say it every single time, is knowing what the symbols mean. I mean, it's easy once you know. Right, let's start with a nice easy bet. Let's just go. It's going to go black again. Just a small bet to start. I always forget you can go in the center here as well to adjust the view so you can see the roulette table more. So just land on black, and then after this we'll do some actual betting. In-game. God damn it. That is not black. Do you know what? We put 10 down on the zero for the Hail Mary. And then it's gonna be, let me guess, right, so That means 5. Yeah, so that is 7. Lucky 7, obviously. And it's also going to be red, clearly. Alright, let's go. Can I get anything from this? Watch it land on black now. God damn it. This is why I don't go to casinos in real life. It's gonna happen. Please just let me win just one. I know I'm betting next to nothing on this, but I don't want to waste all my casino coins. Yeah, again, I think PSU was the first, might have been the first game to have something like this in it. I mean, I guess PSO had some mini games in it with the Go-Go Ball lobbies and things like the Rappy Holiday quests, I guess, but this felt like it was a lot more fleshed out. You got Master Raven to 9-9 and it's still weaker than my Avenger at 6-6. Oh, well. I got some coins. I probably lost more than I gained, but we got some. What did annoy me about this is that they gave you card tables, but there was no way of playing cards. You had to wait until PSO2 for that. No Balatro, no, unfortunately, no. There is also the slot machines as well. What is the current jackpot? 97 gold. Easy. Why can I not insert coins? I can insert coins in this one. Why is this one not working? Yeah, you can't see it on the stream because it's under where my camera is, but the insert coin is grayed out on this one. I have no idea why. Oh, it's a gold one. Oh, does that require... Oh, yeah, it does, yeah. I didn't even know that was a thing. Wait, so you have to bet gold coins on that? Jeez. Hell no. I'm more of a budget gamer. Strong start. It's crazy subtle, yeah, it's barely noticeable. Oh. Oh, from all that, I got 3 coins. Nice. like how it makes that noise. It makes you think you've won a massive amount. 10 coins. I wonder if there's silver slot machines as well. Yeah, this is why I don't go to real life casinos, because I would just lose everything. That was 6 coins. I'm spending 3 every time. Come on, just give me one big pull. This is how it starts. Yeah, even on the Sega servers, I always felt these slot machines just felt absolutely brutal. Next one's jackpot. Oh, so close. That was actually close as well. So good to see Eureka as well. Oh. Nope. Wow, 3 coins. Thanks, game. Yeah, so 3 coins, I'm essentially just getting my money back. Oh, we're on a streak now. Well, we were on a streak. A whole 9 coins. Also, yeah, that explains why the jackpot was 97 gold on the other machine. I suppose it would be if you need gold coins to play it. This one is a jackpot of 42 silver. Which is less impressive. Come on, give me something. I mean, by something I was hoping for more than 6 coins. Heading out, thanks for the stream. No worries, Zill. Thanks for joining as well. I don't believe anyone has ever won on these machines, Big. I think it's a lie. I'll do 5 more spins and then we'll do a little bit of roulette. Well, that was a complete waste of time. Yeah, so you've got bronze machines, gold machines. Is there silver ones as well, or is it just those? Oh, there is a silver. Is it only that one? Oh, there's one over there as well, okay. Okay, let's bet 30 on red. I actually need to look in the casino shop as well and see what is actually in there. I always forget. Probably not the wisest decision to just be gambling it all away before I've even checked what they're used for. I know there's a few like joke weapons in there. Oh, I forgot to put one on green as well. So it'll probably land on that now. That is a sign to walk away. Okay, so Chainsword C. That seems bad. Yeah, so there's a double saber that you just use for Tornado Dance because it has 9999 PP. But no attack power. Yeah, a few joke weapons. There's a claw called Zoomies, which is kind of the same thing. Can't remember that grenade launcher. A grenade launcher that looks like a baseball. And even that's 1 gold. There's a lot of room items in here as well, so if you like the fashion side of, you know, making a really cool room, you probably need to grind the casino a bit. I mean, at least you don't need to do the games, you can just collect your free coins every day. Oh, some music discs as well. Man, there is a lot of music discs. I can also change your body style. Okay, so you can change your proportions from this. Important one is you get the volley all set. That's the important thing. Yeah, I've always liked the casino in this. Just like a nice little distraction after you play it for a while. They made it really annoying to get to though. You have to go through like quite a few different lobbies to get to it. Once you've got there once, it's fine, but the first time getting here is kind of annoying. I'm just going to check my storage because I don't know if I've got any eggs from last year or if I gambled them all. You can get a ton of room items and room bead gem from the daily token raffle. Daily token raffle? Where is that? Do I have any daily tokens? It's on the 5th floor, okay. Do I have tokens? Is that something I have? I have ultimate tokens. I have no idea what they're used for. I've got a lot of them. I have 8 daily tokens, 1 random golden egg. Token that can be exchanged at the ultimate lobby for various items. I mean, I'll go and check. And then daily tokens. You get a token from doing all 3 of the dailies. Oh, fair enough. That's kind of cool that it gives you something for doing the little daily tasks. You can use booster material boards on your partner machine to craft boosters with ultimate tokens. Okay. So you're just a quest counter. You get the boards in the Guardian's hub, fair enough. No, I do not need an explanation of Fortnite, that's fine. I also don't need an explanation of Guardian types. Is that just your room? Is it the trading post that you get the daily ones from? Or somewhere else? Because I can't see any other NPCs that you would trade with. Oh, it's actually a mission. Okay, fair enough. That's interesting. Past event counter. Yeah, the daily token raffle, yeah. I actually want to check this because I want to see what's there. Because that wasn't called past event counter before. Oh, cool. So it's just old missions. Cool. So wait, does that mean you can run the old event missions anytime? Also, apparently I have a rare mission. I can save that for when we've got a few people. Daily raffle, there we go. I've never noticed this even existed. Red background is confusing. I don't think it's a rare mission. It was called Phantom Ruins. I thought, isn't that the Ruins one? Exchange daily token. PSU disc 85. Cool. Music disc. I mean, I've got a few of them, so. Harem Fountain. I'm positive there's other missions with red text. Okay. That's not for anything like the Anguish mode, is it? Because I know they added like an Anguish difficulty, didn't they? Fountain makes the water noises. Okay. You received Ori Ori. No idea. Torch. Another PSU disc. Can't remember if I forgot any more. Refreshing green. I'm guessing that's a room theme, maybe. Magic lamp. Okay, that's them all. I guess I'll go and check these out. For the music discs, then, can you use them in your? Is it for your room? I would guess it's for the room, or is it like PSO where you use them in a mission? Use it with a partner machine. Okay. It's account bound. Is it a case of once I use the disc, is it a one-time use, or is it will add it to the partner machine and I can play it whenever I want to? Also, there is another Uriko here. I mean, you can't make that up. Great name. My hello there, Uriko clone. And what is the odds? Jukebox, there we go. Paid actor, I cannot confirm or deny. It is very funny though. And obviously they're a beast as well. I mean, if you make the character called Uriko, you kind of have to call them a beast. You have to have them as a beast. Because if you know where the name's from, if you don't know where the name's from, look above their head. Yes, Uriko is a character from Bloody Raw. Bring back Bloody Raw. Add music. So what we got? We got Subspace Lab, Kugu Desert, and Epilogue 1. I mean, I'll add them, I may as well. Okay, let's put some room decorations on. Alright, what we got? We have... Okay, I guess it's a plant of some kind. I'll put the fountain down, sure. There we go. It is very funny running into another random Uriko on a game with how many people online? Actually, there's 123 people online at the minute. That's insane for PSU. Right, what else we got? It is very funny that I'm doing this and having a conversation with this guy in my room, but I'm for it. Right, what's Ori Ori? Its shiny black form lets you repent your sins whenever you want to. That is a prison cell. They're probably quite concerned if they saw me setting up a prison cell in my room. That's more like it. That's a bit more inviting. It is off-center though, and I can't have that. Oh no, you can't have it in centered. That's awful. My OCD is not allowing that. That was a PSO2 room item, but I guess not. Yeah, what else? That seems like a bad idea, having that in your room. That seems like it might be a bit dangerous. Magic lamp. I'm going to assume that you can interact with this. Let's turn the placement mode off. Wait, you can't interact with it? I was kind of hoping you would interact with it and a genie would come out. Maybe it does at some point. I'm not willing to wait around to find out though. Maybe it's just shy. How many Easter eggs do I have with the regular ones? I don't think I have 5 yet. No. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done for today, so I think I'll probably call it there for today, honestly. These daily raffle room items are really usually unique. Yeah, I mean, maybe it does do something eventually. You can't interact with it, though. There's no interact button coming up. It just has access, which only lets you rotate it or put it away. It just doesn't appear to be doing anything, so I guess that's all it does, maybe. But yeah, I think I will call it there for today. So just as a reminder, there will be another stream on Wednesday where we are going to start Chrono Trigger. The next video on YouTube should be going up, I would say, within the week. Again, don't hold me to it because it's taken forever to edit this one. But that'll be up when it goes up. Next Sunday, I'm not 100% sure what we'll do yet. I mean, I don't know if the Easter event will still be running on Clementine or Affinia then. I'll have to have a look and see when that ends. But we'll do Phantasy Star game of some description. I just haven't decided which one yet. It would be DAR week on PSO, so maybe PSO. So that will be next Sunday. But yeah, Wednesday will be the first Chrono Trigger stream. Maybe 0, maybe, yeah. If there's enough people that want to jump on, I'll be happy to do it. But yeah, I will end there for today. As always, if you have enjoyed the stream, please consider either liking, subscribing, or joining as a member if you want to. You can follow or sub on Twitch if you want. You can follow my X and my Bluesky, which are both SectionSkyly. And I do have a Discord server you can join as well, so feel free to join us over there if you haven't already. But yeah, whatever you're doing, have a great week, and I will see you guys on Wednesday for some Chrono Trigger, which I'm very excited about. See you guys.